reason, I guess.
Yeah, we did some research, so we're gonna we always kind of break it down to the people. So get your notebooks, people, so you'll know why people cheat. We basically gonna give a couple of them. So I don't know if you want to start or I can start. It's just fine with me.
Go ahead.
Okay. So pretty much some of the reasons that people cheat is because of unmet needs. You know, you got your things that you need that they just not fulfilling, and you don't told them over and over and over again, and they just can't, some reason they just can't get it. It's them unmet needs. And that can kind of go into different avenues. It can be sexual, it can be emotional, you know, having that support system. Unmet needs can mean a million of things, honestly, as well as communication. When you don't have that communication and you feel like that person is not listening to you, there you go, lack of communication. Mm-hmm. When you definitely don't, like, you're crying and you got to show out for them to understand what's going on. And you've been told them what's going on, but they're like, why are you tripping now? It's like, I've been trying to tell you what's going on with me, but I got to act a fool and cut up for you to really get it in your head that something's wrong. That communication, especially when y'all can't communicate, is always a defense mechanism. Like, y'all can't communicate without arguing. You know, everybody feels attacked. But we ain't gonna, you know, I'm just gonna break it down. I don't want to go into deep detail. But also just addressing the problems directly. Let's say y'all do have an underlying problem that you just keep pushing off, brushing to the side, and y'all get together, and next thing you know, you don't forget about it. You're not really resolving that problem. You're just letting it just slide by. You're not really fixing the issue. Y'all don't, you know, he don't brought you something to eat. Y'all drinking and having a good time, but you're not really getting to the, you know, what's really going on or what's affecting you or him. That's one. Also falling out of love. You've been together with somebody for so long, and you know how we get into those habits. What you did when you got into the relationship to court that person, you're not doing it anymore. You're not showing them the attention, the time, the love. You're not showing the compassion. Y'all just roommates at this point. It's not even a, hey, baby, I'm going to kiss you in the morning type of thing. It's like, I'm going to work, you going to work. We just here.
And I don't know what is so hard about that concept. Like, whatever you did at the beginning to get the person you have, that's not something you end once you get that person. Mm-hmm. So I mean, that should be the most simplest shit ever. Why do you stop doing what you do to get the person once you got them?
Mm-hmm. That's a lot of people's problem. They get comfortable.
It was all a front to get the person. Because at the end of the day, if you are real, if that's who you really are, then you're gonna continue to do that. But it's just all front. See, I think too many of us put on these representations to get the person, get them hooked, and then eventually you can only be fake for so long. So
you're right, because you do get to see that true person. They so great and beautiful, and oh my God, he's the most amazing person I ever met. Then y'all live together, and it's all out the window at that point.
Right? Like, I
can't stand him. Y'all just can't even be in the same room without them. You get on my damn nerves. You got your toothbrush a certain way. You know, it's just gonna be little thing that's gonna go on that you're gonna be pissed off. Like, man, let this son of a bitch get out my house. You know.
Okay. Keep that same energy. Exactly. Like, whatever you did in the beginning, you need to keep on doing. Like, what?
This was like, keep that same energy that you brought into this relationship.
Keep that same energy. Period.
Now, another one is not being attracted to your partner anymore. Let's say there's, you know, they got with you when you had the no stomach. You know, you was looking young about 10 years ago. And then, of course, life happens. Kids happen. You gain weight. stuff fall. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't so, tight and, up together anymore. So what happens when, that person gains a lot of weight and you don't find them attractive?
Ooh, that is such a touchy ass subject, because really, if you say something, you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. If you don't say shit, you walking around unhappy. If you do say something, you that what's the word I'm looking for? Not insignificant, insensitive. You insensitive as hell if you say something. So that's a double-edged sword. You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. But there's a way to go about it. And I'm going to tell y'all, in my marriage, back when I was married, of course, you get happy, you gain that weight, you content, whatever the case may be. I probably gained a good 15 pounds in maybe the first year. And my ex-husband flat out was like, it's unattractive. And y'all, it was honest, but y'all, that hit me to my fucking core. I was so hurt. I was like, oh hell no! What happened to for better or for worse?
There you go.
So you mean to tell me, some pounds, a 15-pound weight gain makes you not want to have sex with me anymore? Really?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Some people are a lot of people go off of your image, what they see you when they met you. And they just excited about that. They're attracted to that. So they just want you to stay like that. But they don't realize things change. Things happen. You get older. And you got to be willing to put up with that when those things happen. Because like my biggest pet peeve about this is, you want me to be skinny and look a certain way and look like a supermodel, but what about you?
They do not. I'm gonna be honest. The men, they bodies change, and it is what it is. But they won't talk about us when, in actuality, our bodies go through the most transformations because there's so many things that contribute to our weight gain.
Thank you.
That they do not take into consideration. And I'm not just talking about pregnancy, even though that's a major key. Because a lot of us, when we're pregnant, we gain the additional weight not because we're overeating, because that's water weight that we can't control. Then we have fibers and things of that nature that we can't. So it's so many things that go on with women and us gaining weight that is out of our hands, and it's hard to lose those forms of weight. It's not just always about the eating and the diet. So it's many layers to it. I get it, but since I know for the most part it normally comes from the men. Saying that the women, it bothers me. What you about to
Go
say?
ahead, preach.
What you got to say, Jay?
I think he froze.
Oh, I'm listening. I was just saying she was trying to pinpoint it comes from the man. Like, but no, that's why
we have a man here.
I completely agree with y'all. And I think that at the end of the day, it all boils down to just being honest. And I'm not saying being honest with your partner, but just being honest within yourself. I think a lot of shit with relationships, it's not even about the partner. It's within ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I'm so adamant about not being in a relationship right now. Because I don't know what the fuck I want. I know I'm indecisive. I know my mind changed each and every day. I see a new piece of ass and my mind is focused on that new piece of ass. Like, I'm really indecisive. And I think a lot of people need to be honest with themselves. Like, and sometimes, you may meet something that's good. You may meet something that's that you feel is going to be beneficial in your life. You may meet somebody that sparks an interest and this, that, and the other. But if you know in your mind that you're not ready for that shit and you know that you cannot accommodate everything that person needs, we have to be honest with ourselves. And a lot of people don't want to do that. I done met plenty of amazing fucking vibes, and I'd be like, damn, like I know I want this and I want this around forever. I don't want to.
Are you ready for it?
But am I ready for it? Hell no.
No.
But a lot of people aren't able to do that, and another reason is because we get fucking hung on a cross when we try to be honest. Nikki and Danny. Be on my last live. Maggie, you should have been on my last live because
I was knocked out by the time y'all
I got beat up like because I was trying to explain like I'm just one of them people. Like I'm very honest, and I'm honest about what I do want, what I don't want, what I can't handle right now, and yeah, like they basically like beat me down for that. But it all goes back to like a lot of people don't know what the fuck they want and being honest, and not just with your partner, but with yourself. Like, and we can avoid a lot of shit, a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we didn't beat you down. Don't be getting on his.
I said what I said. I said what I said. I was beat down, Maggie.
But what me and Nikki were trying to get you to understand is this.
There's nothing to get me to understand. What I'm trying to tell you is y'all literally just said.
Can I speak?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is all three of y'all just basically said how basically y'all ended up with a fucking stranger from what I just got. Why did you end up with a stranger? Because that person was not upfront. That person was not honest about what they did and what they didn't want. Had y'all known that, had y'all known that and like knew who that person was, you would have avoided their heartbreak, correct?
Correct, and whatever. But what I'm saying is, because I'm gonna get
what Nikki said.
I'm gonna get my point out. My point is that you saying that you don't want a relationship is fine, and we can take that. But when you do relationships things,
and at the end of the goddamn day, you are grown.
Yeah, don't be cheating. Don't be chilling with me and giving me mixed signals. I totally agree with you.
What I told you is that your actions and your words need to align.
So Nikki, this is when you come in, baby.
Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you this, and no,
this is when you come in, baby.
No, listen to me. Just because I love your ass to death does not mean I'm gonna get on here and be like, yo,
no, that's not what I'm talking about. We had a conversation outside of the live.
We did. And I'm going to give you an analogy that a friend of mine told me today because I discussed, the whole conversation with him. This was his analogy. If I tell you up front, this is the pace I'm going to run at, and you want to join me on that run, but you can't keep up the same pace as me, that's not my fault. I told you the pace that I was going to run at. I'm going to keep that pace. Mm-hmm. You can't then come in and be mad at me that I told you the pace I was going to run at. So I get both sides. However, what me and Pace was saying, you can't send mixed signals. And
it's not mixed signals.
I understand what you're saying, but to that person, it is.
How I feel. If I'm upfront about how I feel about you, I'm telling you, I'm not in a place to give you what you want. I'm not in a place to go where you want to lead. If I'm telling you this shit and you choose to still be in this with me and you agree with me and you tell me this is you on the same wavelength.
You chilling with me though.
No. You told me you on this same wavelength. I get what y'all trying to say, but at the end of the day, when does that person have some accountability for it? At the end of the day, you can't sit here and tell me that
you didn't tell the truth.
You're right. Tell the truth.
You're right.
I agree with you, Jay. We cannot. I will not put full accountability on that other person. I will, and honestly, I would put it a lot on myself because because at the end of the day, I am allowing you to chill with me. Mm-hmm. Because at the end of the day, feelings are going to develop whether someone tells you that they want to be with you or not, because you can't stop feelings. As much as we think that we can control them, you can't control feelings. So I will agree with you. Listen to what I'm saying. I am agreeing with you that we must take accountability too, because now it's like you're saying that you don't want a relationship. So even if you call in or whatever, you ask me to come by, I need to make the conscious decision to not let you come over. Because
that part.
At the end of the day, I know
that's true.
The more that I'm chilling with you, the more feelings are gonna involve. Because in our mind,
I can't be responsible for what's in your mind. Stop saying in our mind.
You want to pick it at my house all the time.
No. You need to stop putting. That's what I'm saying. That's where the issue is. The whole you want to do this, you want to do that. It's not completely on me. We both were in that shit. All I'm saying is, I gave you the motherfucking what you needed. I gave you that shit from the jump, and this is the same thing that y'all just got done preaching about. Like, why can't you just be honest? Or why can't you just be this and say what you want? And here I am being that person that's telling you what I want, what I don't want. Yes, I love what we got. I love the relationship that we got, this, that, and the other. So I'm giving you that option to either move forward or tell me like this ain't gonna work for me because this is what I want in the end. You still agree to be in this with me, and then once shit really get to changing for you, then it's my fault. That's all I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
You taking responsibility? Yeah.
No.
You're right.
You giving it to me. You giving it to me, but you still talking about some. Oh, but it's in our head. Like that's not my.
No, I'm telling you. But
responsibility.
I'm telling you what goes on in our heads. I'm not telling you that you're wrong. I'm telling you what goes on in our heads and what messes us up. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm saying in our heads we start saying, "Oh my gosh, he really wants me." He just
he just don't know how to say it.
What's your point? What's just what's up in here?
Yeah, but he wouldn't be here if he didn't want me. And he's always talking to me. He must. That's what goes. That's what I'm saying. I'm agreeing with you. I'm actually agreeing with you. That's why I was slowly saying I'm agreeing with you.
Yeah, because some people they'll try to convince themselves.
And I was fucked up head. We're saying, "Oh, no,
he must really like me." Yeah.
Exactly.
And
he just don't know how to say it.
That's where we mess up at. See that, and I can't stand that we have to choose. We have to pick and choose. Okay, do I believe what he says with his mouth, or do I believe what he's showing me with his actions? So, and that's why Pace and I both said that night, we need both of them to match. We need both your words and your actions to align. Then there's no picking and choosing. There ain't no misunderstandings. It is what it is because you're saying it and you're showing me, you're following up those words with actions. So that's where we were at. We were just like, we need words and actions to both align. We weren't saying you were wrong because you were upfront with what you wanted. And just because you was doing all the extra stuff doesn't mean you changed your mind. You still don't want a relationship. You're just going with the flow. It changed for the other person, and that's where the problem is.
I got a story.
So,
okay,
because my story, you wouldn't expect it out of a guy. I guess because I'm, I had a hot girl summer one time, and I met somebody, and it was the whole thing. We're not gonna do this. We're just gonna be kicking it. We chilling. We cooling it. And I'm like, cool. I'm fine with that. I can get with that. If you're gonna be upfront with me, upfront. And you're saying you don't want nothing, cool. I'm all fine with that. But all of a sudden, you telling me later on, you know what? I didn't realize how much I was going to like you. Or I didn't realize that, I didn't expect this. But I'm not the one calling you. I'm not the one trying to say, I'm just going to show up at your house, that type of thing. It's you. But you the one who told me you didn't want a relationship. But you realize how good of a person is, or you starting to feel that person. So I don't think it has a gender. It can be anybody because it happened to me.
Right.
And he was just like, I didn't realize I was going to like you as much as I did. It was like that chemistry, that thing like that. Sometimes you can't help, like she was saying, Pace. You can't help how things align. And you start liking that person a little bit more. Y'all got things in common. And it's like, I like your vibe and everything. You cannot control that. So he was feeling me a little bit more. And he was in his feelings. And he was getting mad at himself for actually wanting to be around me. It was like, you can't help that.
Right.
So it's either you want to be with me or not.
I do respect him for verbalizing that, though. And see, that was the thing in my particular situation. That's the thing that was missing. I never got that courtesy, to, express that to me. The same way, I feel like the same way I expressed what I didn't want and what I did want. And, I was upfront about it. I didn't get that same thing in return. It was just more so like, I found out some shit and it was like, oh, well, shit, you told me that, Like, and I felt like that was whack. That's why never mind. Go ahead.
I'm agreeing. It was whack. Yeah, I'm agreeing with you. It was whack.
You know what I'm saying?
It was super
I respect
whack.
the guy that told you, Maggie. I respect the guy that was able to verbalize that. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's what it's all about. Being grown as fuck. Meaning what you say and saying what the fuck you exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's
there you go. Be up front. There you go. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He was up front, but then the next thing you know, he started getting in his feelings. So it's You can't help that sometimes.
Maggie, you can't get him that wop and then expect him to be mad.
Not the what?
You can't get him that wop and then expect him to
I plead the fifth.
I'm just saying. I told you, Maggie. I can look in your eyes. She got that wop.
Look,
sorry, ladies, I gotta hop off. My phone is going dead.
Oh, thank you, though.
All right, Dunny Winnie.
This is really good. And plus, I gotta make s'mores with my little cousin, anyways. But yes, this is really good.
We'll
have you on another time.
All right, yes, I will. Bye.
Thank you, girl.
Thank y'all for having me. I'm
you gotta come back.
Literally.
Right.
All right. Bye.
I mean, look, I'm sorry. I don't want to be boring. You know, if I got to be boring, if you ain't coming with it, now I can't help what you get when you get it.